Hello and welcome. Today we're gonna talk about mixins in less. So to get started, mixin is allow us to reuse CSS styles and rules. So let's say we have a class border box, let's call it, and in this class we'll define the border. Let's put 5 pixels and solid, and set the color to blue. Also we have padding. Let's set it to 10 pixels. Okay, let's say we have an ID called main image. And we try to call the border box class. I just write border box. Let's save and see what it gives us in CSS. Okay, we have the border here, the same thing, and it affects for the main image. It gives the border box attribute. We can add to the border box when we call it parentheses. That doesn't make any difference after saving, it's the same. But here when we define our border box and put the parentheses in here in style CSS, this will disappear, and the main image still have the same attribute. Let's save and see. As we see here, our class that we defined here doesn't appear in CSS style, but the main image have the same attribute as we define it in border box. Let's say we want to pass a variable to our border box mixin. Let's call it width. So in this mixin we are required to pass width variable. Let's say we want our border equal to the width that we passed in, and for the padding, let's say equal to our variable multiply for 3, and here we have to pass in, let's say 2 pixels, and save it and see what generated to us in CSS file. As we see here, the first one 2 pixels, which is the width that we passed in, and the second width multiplied by 3, which is 2 by 3 equal to 6. And this mixin we can reuse it for the secondary. Let's say secondary image, and we want to call the same mixin border image, border box. And we will pass to it as a argument, let's say 5 pixels. And when we save, we have here 5 pixels and 15, which is 5 multiplied by 3. So with this code in CSS, we get generate this unless we get generated CSS code.